this dropped a couple days ago. Got an update yesterday. Just like old times, iconic Doctor Who pair set to sensationally reunite for a huge special after shooting Caldwell Flub. Jed, are we going to fire up the Who Cares TARDIS one more time?
Oh, yeah. If it comes out, we're going to have to do Doctor Who Cares reviews. But at this point, it is technically still a leak or a rumor. But to caveat that, all the leaks and rumors for season 2 and even season 1 were absolutely correct. They predicted Billie Piper. I laughed at that when I first heard that. It's like, there's no way that's true. There's no way that's true. It absolutely was. So I could believe it. At this point, I think it's more likely the hiatus that people have been talking about where we don't get anything for several years. So if that is the plan, is it starts with this crossover or this reunion special in 2 years, I could believe it a lot more likely. But yeah, I hope this isn't true. I could believe this was the plan. This was the hope, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen.
So specifically, insiders say Billie Piper's shock return to the end of latest series was understood to be teeing up a comeback with David Tennant 14. It would have to be 14, not 10.
14, unless it's post-retirement, he doesn't have enough time in his regeneration to do it. People are talking about it might be 10. I don't know how.
But there is
or Metacrisis.
But he's not a. But he's not that. But that Metacrisis already has his rose.
Well, I don't know if you ever heard this. Moffat said his canon says that Metacrisis doctor had a bad heart and died after 6 months.
I think he told me that once.
Yeah.
He told me that once. So if they're going to get this one-off special, if it happens, source said the BBC brought Doctor Who back in 2005, and there was a talk possibly one-off project to celebrate the 20th anniversary of New Who. David and Billie were a hugely popular partnership, and he brought in a golden age of Doctor Who, and they want to do this. If they do this, I would think it would possibly happen next Christmas. That's how soon I think it might happen. Because this would be a Christmas special event, is what it would be.
That's the only legitimate Christmas way 2026, I think, would be the nearest thing.
This is beyond desperate. Yes, this is beyond desperate. Beyond desperate. We know for a fact that the Billie Piper reveal at the end of Shooty Who Season 2, Episode 8 was a last-minute reshoot leading up to this. Yeah. They had a whole... Jed and I talked about this with Dermy last week. They had a whole other thing planned in terms of a different ending, this and that, for Shooty Who Season 3. And when they knew this was done, they quickly reshot it and just stooped in Billie Piper at the last second, poorly CGI'd on top of Shooty's body.
Yep, when they found out Disney was not going to renew the season or wasn't planning on it, they hoped that shock value would be enough to incite people to watch season 2 and convince Disney. That's what I believe, is that this was a ploy to trick Disney into thinking that the show was actually successful.
Yeah, so this, honestly, I say do it. Do it, because right now, what this has done in the aftermath of last weekend with the conclusion of Shooty Who, it has kind of galvanized the actual real Whovian fan base to be pissed off all over again. I've seen more activity and anger at this than ever. There was apathy until last weekend when they stooped in Billie Piper and now are arguably attempting to ruin the legacy of Rose and honestly make a very dangerous change if you're saying that a doctor has a chance to regenerate into a companion. That's setting up so many bad possibilities. And what it's done is made real Who fans, Whovians, true blue real fans, pissed off. And drowning
It's making the stands upset too. The stands hate this as well. It's been glorious to see stands turning against current Who.
Oh, well, they're pissy at it for different reasons, because they're butthurt that Shooty's gone and that Belligerent got that because she got a raw deal. And you want to see something funny? I found this shortly before stream. I think you'll find this movie. This is a pic of Millie Gibson, current, I believe, and it kind of says to me that as dumb as she's been in some of this, I think Millie Gibson kind of understands what she's there for when it comes to Doctor Who and stuff like that. I think she kind of gets it.
I see titties.
Yes, Dre comes back. Dre don't care until, hey, we got titties. Well, Millie Gibson is there for eye candy. That's what she was there for.
It's great when she shuts her fucking mouth and just does shit like this.
Yeah.
She can be popular.
Hey, and this is why Ruby was generally accepted. Not obnoxious, pretty girl, but don't try to actually do things and say, oh, we're here for the whammons. No. So Doctor Who is done, and if they do kind of shtup in Billie Piper as a fake doctor or some sort of weird thing, if they want to try and link it to Bad Wolf and all that kind of stuff, I mean, if they try to do that, we're here for it. It's going to burn it down faster and maybe get us closer to somebody getting enough balls to wrest it away from the BBC and retcon the Timeless Children, because it will only be fixed when Timeless Children is retconned. Until then, it's just bad fan fiction that we will roast and make fun of. But in the end, Jed, do you think this has a real possibility of happening? This thing happened with them?
Like I said, I believe that this is the hope, but I don't think it's actually happening as of right now.
Okay.
So, I think we're going to find out a lot after The Land Between the War and the Sea comes out, because they don't want to release anything. Even Disney doesn't want to release anything about the future of the franchise until after that comes out, unless it were positive. So the fact that we're not hearing anything, I think after that show airs, after we get the miniseries out of the way, we're going to hear Disney's backed out of the deal. It's on hiatus, and that's the way it's going to be. So this, I think, is a continuation of the mindset of Billie Piper's return in general, throwing shit at the wall, hoping to garner enough attention that they can trick Disney into renewing for another season. So this is the hope, but it's also a ploy. I think this is fraud, honestly.
You're absolutely right, because when you look at Shooty Who owns all the lowest ratings in Doctor Who ever. Owns them all. Top 10.
Wrestled them away from Jodie Whittaker, which people are still trying to redeem the Jodie Whittaker era, saying Chris Chibnall deserves an apology. Oh, Jodie Whittaker, the ratings were actually good during that time. We need to go back. It's like, no, they were still some of the worst in the franchise's history.
Yeah.
And now it's even worse.
Yeah. Shooty Who owns that off of Jodie. And when you have that, what company, what firm, what investor group in their right mind would give money to the BBC when you can barely get 2 million people a week to watch your shit overnight?
And if the TV license there was ever canceled, it would absolutely disappear in an instant, because they're basically taxpayer funded. Doctor Who's been taxpayer funded for a long time in the UK. If that went away, it can't justify its own existence.
Yeah.
And it essentially doesn't exist now. I mean, I've been, because of I got blocked by a couple more stands. It makes me happy. But because of that, I've been getting occasional clips on my feed of real Doctor Who speeches. They're so good. And somebody had the gall to say Scale Model of War was shit as a speech.
That, I think, is his best speech, Peter Capaldi's best speech. I love that speech.
It's so good.
That episode's okay.
The episode itself is kind of but that
speech makes it all worth it.
Is great. It's fantastic. And watching I watched a couple of Matt Smith speeches. Those were doctor moments. And we haven't had that in over a decade now. We haven't had that since the 50th.
The closest Jodie...
Almost a decade, sorry. Almost a decade.
The closest Jodie came was a speech about environmentalism in Orphan 52, which she's like, yeah, it's bad, global warming, it's bad. Yeah, isn't it bad? That's the closest she came.
And that's agenda right there. Doctor Who is dead. R.I.P. Doctor Who. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.